And good evening everyone who is watching the stream already, arrives on air, and welcome to my a pretty strange one it's going to be. I've never done it before, but since I need to do this anyway, might as well be a stream. So what is going to be? It's going to be just a little bit of 3D modeling. So quite some time ago, well, a month ago, I finished up assembling this, and a little bit before I actually modeled this case here with its lid. So this is a power supply board that takes in the mains, 220 in our case, 220 volts, and outputs 12 volts. So very simple. I don't know, 2 amps, 3 amps, something along those lines. From AliExpress, you can buy there. And this case, I actually I put it on Thingiverse, so you can download it from Thingiverse with photos and whatnot. So as described as good as I could. So pretty much it's there. It can be, you can buy these boards from AliExpress, and you can have like print cases like this one. I don't have a 3D printer, I just ordered it, so I don't know, I know nothing about printing it actually, but I still can design it, and actually it does work. Of course, it's always iterative process, but here we already have the main part figured out. We have the board, we have the case itself. It's supposed to be mounted upside down, so like this. That's the surface of its mount. It's supposed to be mounted like that. So has vents, sorta kinda data, a little bit splash resistant, because the intended use for this, in my case, it's for plants. So imagine there's like a shelf, it's attached under the shelf, so, and sorta kinda a little bit splash protected. If somebody just sprays the plants, or there's a little bit of water, it should just drip down, because these holes are slanted, so they are not straight. What I want to do, I want to modify, I want to make a bigger case for this, model a bigger case for this, to include additionally, so here we have just a board here, to additionally include 3 buck converters. Yeah, it'll make the case larger. So, and there's always a way like to do something with like 3D structure and whatnot, but I'm going to do it in a simple way, all planar in one plane, just like this. And the output here, it's just a barrel plug, but it's going to be USBs. Yeah, pretty much having USBs that do not output 5 volts but output random voltages from the buck converters, that's like very dangerous. But trust me, I know what I'm doing. That's for specific LED lights that kinda have USB-C, but they take actually from like 8 to 12 volts in. So my use case is specific, but I mean, since these are buck converters, you can drop down the voltage on each one to 5 volts and get, well, I mean, get 5 volts on the output ports for your USB. The thing is that I'm going to use 3 because they're so tiny. I don't think they can do more than 1 amp. I mean, whatever like the description on AliExpress says, I think these would just, well, overheat and explode. So that's why I'm going to have like 3 USB ports, and then each 1 buck converter per USB port, just to have it like all 100% safe. Yeah, overbuilt probably, because people would just use one and run like 3 amps through it, but I'm going to overbuild it. This thing actually, when I use those lights that I intended this for, 12 volts, it's actually gets pretty hot, so it's better to overbuild it. So, and we are going to be doing just some 3D modeling. So let's move the keyboard in and switch to the software. I'm going to use I'm using Tinkercad because it's the basic one. That's the one that I could learn. It really reminds me early 3D Studio, and this one I can just simply work with without any learning process. So let's see. So I'm going to import, I already prepared some parts. I'm going to import this in here, parts of it. So, and I'm going to just presets. I want to have it gray as important. So let me turn the lights off. So this is what we are going to be working with. This is our base here that I'm going to use as a base. So I'm going to take one of the walls and use it as mirror for another wall, because the way I made it, these walls, they're actually different. So let's just cut off what we don't need here. Here we go. Just going to cut everything that I don't need off, like this. So this editor works with well, basic shapes, primitives pretty much. So here we have just one wall left. Okay, good enough. There are vertical dividers, of course, because this is a little bit too long, but I just removed them because, well, maybe if I decide to make it larger, but I probably won't. So I'll put the dividers, vertical dividers, and supports for these horizontal lines, horizontal bars. I'll add them like the last moment. So we have one wall. Let's add another wall. So it's like 3mm thick. Yeah, it's not 3mm thick. I don't like it, but that was I think the decision was made to have it a little bit less than 3mm for the vertical supporting bars to not stand out, because this is not like a very precise editor as far as I understand. So let's copy it. That's gonna be our second wall, and let's mirror it like this. So now we have two absolutely identical side walls of this. So let's move this out of the way. So now back to the measuring things. So I'm going to place it like this. That's just the easiest way to do it. I'm not going to save like this space here. I'd prefer to save vertical space, so it's going to stay this vertical size, this height, just going to be bigger on one side. I'm going to place them like this just because I can, just because, I mean, this is like the basic planar way. So, and then the cable would go like this and would feed them 12 volts in each one. I'm not sure how to actually do cable management with soldering here. I'll probably figure something out, but That's kinda the hardest part, probably going to be. So soldering it and to make it not look awful. Okay, so roughly what we have. So this side of this box here, okay, let's not switch. It's like 55 millimeters. So in this one going to be, let's just roughly measure it. Roughly, very roughly. So for example, just to be an absolutely safe side, 115, maybe just 110. Yeah, 110 should work. There's a lot of space still a ton of space, so should be not a problem to put it all in. A little bit maybe larger than it's needed. Oh, wait a second. If I do it completely rectangular, would it be that bad? So it's like, well, it's not really that round here. It's 116. 106, my bad. So, well, I can make it 100% rectangular. So, why not? If that's the easiest way. So, this one is, I can just make it a little bit larger. The walls themselves, 106. Let's make it 11 maybe. Let's make it 11 by 11. Just to absolutely not have any issues with fitting things inside. Still gonna be pretty small, even with mounting holes, mounting supports. So I think I just can make it a little bit larger. So let's make that one a little bit larger, then mirror it. So 106. Wait, 106. We need to add 2 on this side. 1, 2, and 2 on this side. 1, 2. So we kind of screw these dimensions here, but I don't really care that much. That now this is not even. It used to be some even amount of millimeters. Now it's not. Now it's like here. But in this editor I cannot move like polygons. So okay, I don't know, maybe it wasn't really a good idea. Maybe I shouldn't touch it. Maybe I should try to just cram it the way it is. 106 it was, right? No, I won't be able to fit probably all the boards. I'll be able to fit all the boards in 106. I just won't be able to solder them normally inside. So yeah, not optimal solution, but these are just vents. They are not really supposed to be 100% aligned to something. So let's mirror it. Did I mirror it? I didn't see. Yes, I did mirror it. Okay. So, and then this is 106 and that's 106. Let's create a plate that's going to be 106 by 106. 3 millimeters thick. 106 by 106. So that's the base plate of the box. So these go inside like this. So on the exported model, this might become visible, unfortunately. That's how it works here. It's not really a super precise editor. So I created 106. Ah, yeah, it's not 106 anymore. I'm being stupid. It's 110 by 110. 110. 110. Okay, that's better. So when it snaps to grid, it usually aligns them properly, but exported models are not 100% super accurate, and they might have a line that, of course, no printer in the world probably would print, but you would see these unnecessary lines on the model, and that would just be triggering somebody's OCD. Not mine though. Okay, now we need the walls. Just going to do it the easiest possible way. So 33 tall, 33 tall, 3 thick, and 110. Okay, 3 millimeter thick and 110 in length. Okay, that's pretty much it. It's all intersecting here. I do not care. I'm not going to rebuild the box as a solid one shape object with like cutouts in it. I'm doing it the easiest way possible, just building it all out of the primitives. Here we go. So that's the new box. Still with vents, maybe not that effective, maybe we would need vents here, but this one side's going to be I don't know if you can see it in the, oh yeah, you can, in the darkness without the light. So one side's going to be this, another side is going to be 3 USBs. Okay, so now we got to import the stands for the PCB itself that we already have. So I probably got to import the whole case just to have it. Choose a file. So here we have some prints. For example, this one. There's a lot of version. This one is with holes, without holes, just to have a reference. So that's our reference. Yeah, see the lines I was talking about, they're visible. Actually, it's not maybe the right one. Without lead, yeah. That's the most recent version of it. Here we go. Oops, stop. So, oh, even here I can, okay, I don't know. They're inside, but at least not outside. I thought I got rid of them. That's not even the most recent version too. Okay. Maybe this one. Maybe not. Yeah, that's not the recent version either. The one that's on Thingiverse. Yeah, for Thingy. Case without holes, just the case. The casing. So the most clean version I was able to produce in here. Yeah, okay, see, no lines. That took quite some super micro moving. Again, those lines, there's no printer in the world that would print those lines, but yeah. Okay, let's import a little bit more. So stands for the PSU board. I have them all like together. Here they are. So can I just, yep. Actually, they have sort of kind of some height to them. Stop, wrong one. Are we touching? Yes, we are touching. Kinda. Okay. This is supposed to be solid. So now we sort of kind of got to align them. Oh yeah, the easiest way to align them would be like to put this here, roughly like this, roughly aligned. Like this, and then move them like this. So that's why the reference design is kind of nice to have just in your work field. So that's how the board will be sitting here. Is it a little bit uneven? Okay, let's see if we can just align it here. Yeah, it was a little bit off. And I moved them a little bit more to the center. Okay, this line alongside this center line. So, okay. So that's the main PCB, the power supply PCB that produces 12 volts. Now, the small ones. Let's create a model of the small one. For that, we got to measure it. So it is roughly 4.43. Okay, let's consider it 44. Oh no, let's consider it 43 by 21. 43 by 21. 43 by 21. 43 by 21. Let's create a model of it. 43 by 21, and let's make it of a different color because it's not a real thing, it's just a model. Here we go. So we have 3 of these, like 1, 2, 3 it's going to be. Placed kinda like that. I'm just sort of just moving them around without any alignment. So they're going to be here like this. Now we need to figure out where they have holes and create stands for them too. Just like here we have pretty actually solid, pretty big stands for the board. It's all kind of designed for screws here. And you're technically not supposed to like remove it and then install it again. It would just be like you put the board in and you forget about it till it breaks, and then you put another one if it ever breaks. Maybe if you do not overload it, it just stays there forever. So let's again take a look at this thing. So here we have it. How to measure this stuff here. So roughly the hole is like the center of the hole is like here somewhere. That's gonna be an iteration. So roughly 6 millimeters away from this edge. And roughly 2 millimeters. So 6 millimeters, 2 millimeters. I bet this hole's the same. So let's make it here. And the size of the hole, well, I mean, we are going to do the ones like we have here. Just let me measure it, just to have a model. 2.5. Okay, we can make it 3 just, or 2.5. Okay, 2.5 back. So gonna create this thing here, move it to the very edge of this thing, to the corner like this, then make it 2.5. Yeah, that's not a diameter. 2.5 and 2.5 like this. So need you to be on the corner. Are you on the corner? You are not on the corner. Why you not aligned? The center is not aligned. Yeah, that's not good. The center is not aligned. Okay, can I align it using this one? Can I put it like on the very corner? No, not you. Okay, that's not how I want to align it. That's moving the wrong one. How do I move the right one? That's moving the plane. I want to move this shape. Okay, if I select them in the opposite order. That's how you do it. And then no, it's not aligning it to the center, to the corner. It's aligning it to inside it. Crap. Can we do it like the other way around? Is it possible to align it to the corner? What? Why are you deselecting it? Okay. This looks more like it. No, it doesn't look like more. It doesn't look more like it. This aligns it inside. this moves the whole thingy. Okay. Not sure how to do it, so going just to align the center line manually with the corner. Because whatever. It doesn't have to be super precise here. You're going to be moving. Almost there. That's inside already. So as good as it gets. So, and from here I got to move it 6 millimeters to that side. Minus 13. No, just in one direction. So can I use just the grid and is it staying where it's supposed to stay? Hard to tell. Sorta, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two. So that's where the hole is of this thing. Let's make another hole. Let me measure it. I bet it's like a mirror, pretty much. It's pretty much mirrored. So gotta be 6 too, I think. Yeah, 6. Maybe a little bit. Something big just exploded outside. Give me a second, please. Two and 2 millimeters. 6 and 2. Okay, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Apologies for that. So let's continue working on this thing. So this hole is absolutely the same, 6 millimeters away from this end and this side, and 2 millimeters away from this side. So let's do it again, probably the stupidest way possible, just aligning it manually. JJ Barokas, good evening, welcome. You're the first one tonight. So aligning it the stupidest way possible, like this. Doesn't have to be super precise. We are talking about like just pretty much 1/100th of a millimeter maybe. J Barokas, I'm still here and still streaming, so I guess not that bad. And then let's just move it with arrow keys. 6 millimeters here, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and 2 in this direction, 1 2, like this. So we have now sort of kind of model of our board with the mounting holes, sort of kinda, just to have something to align to. No, I bought them, of course. I'm only making the case. Yeah, why would I do my own if I can buy the ones that would perfectly fit? And they're dirt cheap. I won't be able even to make them that cheap myself. I like less than $1, I think. So as the title says, oh crap. As the title says, it's just 3D modeling. It's not electronics. Here we go. That's the board, roughly. So now, okay, this all goes away. Let's see how to place them inside. How to use the space that we have here just the best way possible. Maybe let's do it. Well, I mean, we gotta align them, snap them to grid. If I just start aligning them randomly, that might not work that well, but okay, I'll do it like this, sort of kinda feeling the inside of the, let me actually take a look how it works and how I made it here. I cannot actually see really. So do we have a lot of room there? Yeah, I cannot even see. Doesn't look like. So probably this one we got to move it like this to have like some sort of safe margin. Okay, I ended up with this thing inside of this block, crap, which is not really good because I cannot really grab it anymore because it is inside. Well, there's a way, there's a workaround. Oh crap, I started adding them, just adding more and more of them. Now we have 2, and now we can just align them inside like this, like this. So now this thing is aligned inside this space, and now I'm going to just maybe check if it's on the grid. Okay, let's move this out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, whatever, like this. I want it to be on the, yeah, it's slightly not on the grid, so I'm just going to snap it to the grid. A, do not move like this. So I'm just moving. It's 5 millimeters. Crap. 1 millimeter. Yep, like this. Now it's where it was, but aligned to the grid, which makes things way easier. And let's move this back in, like this. So now this is centered in this space, designed in the space for the buck converters. There's going to be 3 of them. It's overbuilding probably, but I want it to be overbuilt. I want to not have any headache with them whatsoever. So we can kind of move them just by eye, or we can just again align them using the same method. So, but this time I'm going to be a tad smarter. Going to make it smaller. Like this. Like this. So this is the empty. Yep, roughly. Roughly or not, but this is not actually aligned again. Why is it not aligned? Yeah. Why is it okay, 64, okay. Now it is aligned here. 42. The walls are not where they are supposed to be. But they're 3 millimeters thick. How is it possible? Yeah, it is not touching the why. Why it's not a snap to grid? Why is it not snap to grid? Why is it just... Okay, let's do it one more time. Now it did snap to the grid, and here it's not. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. Now we can take this and just align it like this. Now let's move this out of the way, take a look at the grid. Yeah, not at the grid. So let's align it, snap it to the stop. It's 5, my bad. Like this. So it's gonna be then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, take this one, copy it, Why is it just half? Okay, not half anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now they're supposed to be like super perfectly aligned. Here, let's grab them. Make a copy of them. Even maybe make a copy of them with the base plate. This got to go back. This got to go back the easiest way possible. Here we go. So maybe even let's copy them. Not with this, but not just 3 of them, but 4 with the base. What was that? Apologies. 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Here we go. Just in case. And now these things. I mean, using the same type of standoffs would be a good idea, but they are a little bit too big. They are a little bit, just a little bit too big, I think, for this. The holes in them are right, but they are just a tad too large. Okay, let's create a new one. Here we have this thing in here. Let's align it to this one. We can't because it's not like, okay, we will do it manually. Roughly. We don't need to be 100% precise, I keep saying. Roughly center, and we are talking about, again, like 1/10 of a millimeter, maybe. That's the printers that I'm using to print this. I order print. I don't have any printers, so the guy that prints this for me, yeah, his printers are not going to be able to print this difference. The thickness of a strand, it's like pretty big. I don't know actually how to measure it. I cut all the strands that were hanging here. It doesn't print actually these holes really good, so it needs some work after printing. So, but I can see well, maybe one strand would be actually, okay, that's 2 strands. .2 of a millimeter, 0.1 of a millimeter. I don't know. Looks like it. So now radius is 10, sides 48. Wall thickness, my bad. So that's roughly the hole we need. We can align it even better. Like 9, no, 8, too big. Whatever, we need to make the size of the outer shape right first. The outer, the radius of the thing, the size of the thing. Yep, like this. So you got to be smaller, and you will be smaller like this, I think. So let's make you not that tall. It'll do. The inner hole is a little bit smaller, but for a screw, it's all gonna be just screws. It's totally okay. So get out of there. Get out of there. So, are you tall enough? Yeah. You're taller, way taller than I need you to be. Just got to be touching. Touching the surface. So these ones are 5 millimeter tall. That's actually a lot. And this one, let's make it 5.2. The same ones, just a little bit smaller. Yeah, the thickness of the walls, I don't like it. It actually might be not really enough. Maybe let's make it 2. Yeah, a little bit larger, because we have at the same time we have to avoid interference here with this thing here, and but we need it to be screwed in. Oops, I made it way larger accidentally. So maybe just a tad larger. 2.3, just larger than the hole itself. Just if the screw's too thick, it'll break it, but I think it will clear the mounting holes. We can even make it a little clear the soldering pads. So okay, let's center it with like, let's move it a little bit up for now, like this. Centered, and then let's move it down. Back to the bottom. Hey. Oh, I didn't move it. I made it larger. Okay. I keep just doing the wrong. It doesn't have to be 7. These are a little bit too high. It has to be 5. So, and these A. These ones, technically speaking, got to be, so they are now 7 millimeter away from the base of the case. Let's make them 5 millimeter. Like this. Are they 5 millimeter away? They don't seem to be. Or are they? Okay, they are. Let's align it a little bit better. Center it manually, just like this. Again, that was just some, I don't even know, 1/100th of a millimeter here. Okay, here we have one here. And now the same we got to do with that one. Roughly. Pim 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 pim. the same thing about aligning it. No, first you go up like this, then we align you. Almost perfect. Then we send you down. Are you 5mm tall? Okay. Ah, yeah, this is not 3mm. I made them just 1mm because these are just our boards. These are not parts of the print. Okay. Now we do what? Now we do something. Let's try to do something like this. Let's make it a group. Or just a bundle group. Maybe that would be smarter. Okay. Control V. And then we put them sorta kinda the same way. I think there is like 25. Yeah, not 100% on the not 100% aligned, because now the size is different because these are protruding and the editor is calculating the size differently. Which one was I moving? The right one. Here we go. Perfect. I don't know. I don't need this level of alignment, but okay. So now move you out of the way for a sec. Take you, delete you, and move you back. That's now in the same place. And then we do the same with the last one. Okay. Again, not perfectly aligned. As you can see, there is like a hair of difference. So now it's aligned just in the same exact place where the other one is. Let's move you out of the way, kill you, and move you back. Here we go. So now we have the stands for the boards. Let's make a copy. Another copy of the progress. So I'm not sure I need this one, but let's keep them. Technically they are the same, so this copy we don't need. This copy is enough. So, and now we unbundle them and do this, because these blue planes, panels, figures, shapes, they are just the boards that they represent the boards. Okay, so we have the stands for the small buck converters, 3 pieces. I think I'm not going to do any any intermediate prints when I would just print, for example, the bottom of it, only the bottom with the stands, just to check the alignment. That would make the print way cheaper. I would just print the whole box, and I think it'll it will 100%, well, not 100%, but it will work. So what's left? Supports here, beams to support these horizontal beams, like 3, like we have in the original here. So, and the holes for the ports. The holes for the ports is the last thing you got to do, and you got to copy before. Well, here we have like removable sides, but I still going to do it the way I'm used to, because it's nice to be able to offer to people the model without holes and the model with holes. So this actually is pretty hard to drill, so maybe I should have just made the model with this hole for this EEC C8 IEC C8 thingy. It's here, you can see it. So receptacle, but leave out this hole. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the vertical bars then. So this is 3 millimeters thick and roughly 33 millimeter tall. Just a second. Just give me a sec. Just give me a short second. Promised to do one thing and totally forgot. Bear with me, I'm answering the message. It's like 6 a.m. I have a couple of people that would that can ping me at this time of day. So I need to make myself a sort of reminder just to do what I actually have been asked to do. Okay, just set myself a reminder. Let's figure this one out and yeah, call it a day. Well, this whole model. So 33 tall, 3 millimeters thick. 33 here. And the length of it, let's make it rectangular. 3mm too. Rectangular bar. So gotta find the middle of it. Roughly. Ping, that's the middle of it. No? Oh yeah, because it's not aligned, not snapped to grid. Or 0.5. The middle of it ended up being just 0.5. Okay, that's the middle. And let's see what we roughly have to the sides. So see, there's lines here and they are going to be visible on the model, but of course not on the printed part, on the printed case. So let's make it like 1 millimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 20, 10, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Roughly 43 divided by 43. That's not centered again. That's centered now. 43 divided by 2, 20, 21. Let's make it 21. So (21 and a 5). 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Did I count it right or wrong? Okay, let's do it the right way. A. So it's like 1 millimeter away. No, it's a millimeter and a half away. Keep forgetting what's the key. Okay, now I can see it. 21, like this. And then 21. Why 0.5? 21. So no, that doesn't look right at all. Why though? What the actual hell? There was 21 here and there's 21 here, but they're not aligned, not even close. And even like that. So roughly, no, not even like that. What the actual hell? Let's redo it all. So that's 21. No, that's not right. Like 25 looks more like it. Looks more centered. 24 looks more centered. Yo, is this even in the center? What the hell's going on? Okay, let's see if it's in the center. Let's take this, and then center them. It wasn't in the center for some reason. I moved it somehow. That's why it didn't work. Wasn't centered. So 22. Yep. Yeah, now it looks okay. And then let's just take them. And move them to the other side. Not aligned for some reason. Okay, 0.5 it was. 0.5 units of difference. Not sure how it's happening, but okay. This is like 110. There's no 0.5 anywhere in there. So the fact that they are going to have lines here that are not supposed to be there on the model, I'll deal with it later. Now we got to copy this. Well, we got to move it out of the way. Let's bunch it. Bundle. Not bunch. Bundle it. We don't need to copy for now. So now we need to create the lead for it. So the lead is going to be pretty much the size of the top. And is it going to be 3mm? It's not going to be 3mm. It's going to be, oh no, overall 3mm. Overall. But it's gonna have a part that would just go in a little bit inside in there. Oh, I forgot about, I forgot about mounts. I forgot about other holes. Okay, we'll do that. First, let's do the lead. So it's gonna be 2.5mm thick, the lead, but it's gonna have a part that would protrude inside the case 0.5mm down. So to pretty much have it properly aligned. So let's take this. Let's make it 2.5. What? It was 2. I made it 2. No, it's 3. Three, 2.5, 2.5, yeah. Used to be 3, now 2.5. Can see that. And then let's create another one that we will place just inside of this one, and then simply contract 3mm. 3mm on each side. No, that's movement. Was it 3mm? Yeah, 3. Okay. And then the same we do here. One, 2, 3. And now we just raise it. 0.5 up, like this. So it has to be half a millimeter up, half a millimeter out of the plane. So half a millimeter taller, and then this half a millimeter and this thickness, it's gonna be like your standard 3 millimeters here. Okay, that is ready. Yeah, maybe I'll do the boring part, the holes, later, because it's kind of getting late. So right now I'm just going to do what's easy to do. So now we have the lid, yeah, upside down, and it goes on top of the case. Okay, let's remove this for now. Yeah. So, and it should fit perfectly and should cover the whole of it. Now we need to do the supports for the corners of the lid, where the it's a bunch, where the screws keeping the lid on going to be. Probably I should add more than just corner ones, because it's pretty big. But on the other side, there's not going to be any load on this lid, just its own weight, because it's supposed to be mounted upside down. So let's import these things. I got them separated for this project. Stands for the PSU. No corner supports. Import. It's not that hard. Here we have it already with a hole. All you need to do, just put it where you need it. 4 of them. Okay, not what I wanted to. So you go here. So first we align you properly, and then we move you half a millimeter down. Like this. Yep, properly aligned. And then we have half a millimeter snap, so half a millimeter down. Here we have it. The guy that I'm ordering my prints from, he does it pretty nice. I don't need to leave like half a millimeter here, half a millimeter there. I've already done the same for this one. So the same type of lid, and it snaps in there. And it stays there even without screws when you just turn it upside down. Of course, it's easy to remove, but just the way I do it, I'm doing it here. It just would... Hey, do not change its shape. It would just snap in there. Okay, turn you like that. Then align you properly. And this has to be it. Yeah. You go there. Like this. On actually my first print of this case, I ended up having a couple of corner supports 0.5 millimeter lower, and another couple was I think 25 of a millimeter lower, so they were at different level. It still worked. It still worked well. Somehow wasn't a problem. Okay. And then this one goes here. That's a little bit more interesting than Minecraft, I would say. Hey. Here we go. You are not aligned. Now you are. So we have all the stands. The only thing that we need to do here, all the stands and all the supports, the only thing we need to do here, we need to add the holes. But first, let's like unbunch it, unbundle it, then bundle it again. Then copy it. And then, first of all, let's import the pre-designed template for cutting holes for that IEC C8 receptacle. Again, I have the sizes figured out for the receptacles that I have. So you just need to import it. Import. Here it is. It's supposed to be a hole like this. So, and then you put it where you need it to. So, doesn't really matter. The orientation doesn't really matter. But yeah, they are symmetrical here. Well, I mean, this is not really that symmetrical, but the receptacles, whatever they are, the connectors are roughly symmetrical here. So, and this is symmetrical too, absolutely. So you can turn it upside down and it's going to be the same. Like this, or like this, just changes. Here's the inputs, the input, here's the output. So let's center it, center it deadly. So unbunch, unbundle, keep calling it a bunch. So you first of all center like that, and then vertically. But as you can see, there is a little bit of a problem because we have 3 millimeters here, so it's not 100% centered vertically, because it's centered in the middle of this shape plane, but we have 3 millimeters thick base, so we got to move it up 3 millimeters. Okay, 1, 2, 3, like this. Pum, 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 pum. So let's compare it to our original design. Oh, that's like perfect. It's at the same level. Okay, and I can move it a little bit higher, but there's absolutely no need. So There's absolutely no need for that. But maybe it should be on another wall. On the opposite wall. I'm just trying to figure it out. Should I wire everything like this goes here, and then the output goes like here and ping, ping, ping? Or should it be here? Well, it doesn't matter really. It doesn't really matter. So the cable management's going to be, so from here it goes here. From here it goes like here, then here, then here. And then from here, here, and here, it goes all to 1, 2, 3 USB ports. On this side, we have a little bit less clearance. Yeah, I forgot about that part. I actually forgot about that part. So, look how big this port is. And this is like our 12-volt side. If we are not touching the radiator here, but we are almost there. So technically, we can just... So, that's just an example of the similar design. So we can do it like this. Because these are like pretty intrusive in terms of how deep they go inside the case. So on the outside it would be like that, almost flush. Well, not almost, but inside they would be like, yeah, going pretty deep in there. And if I center them, well, I'm going to probably just make a group of them. 1, 2, 3. Pretty close to each other, but not closer, of course, than their size. So it's 15 and 15 by 20, 20, let's say 23. That's the safe margin. Not safe, that's just the margin, the absolute margin for the outsides, for the outer whatever ring of them. 23 by, let's say, 15. But of course the safe margin would be larger, safe margins. So so this stays here. I'm not how to cut a hole. You do this, and then you do this, and there's a hole. But I'm not going to do this for now. I'm kind of keeping it like that. So let's see how we good. Let's see if we are good vertically here. Yeah, we sort of kind of again almost touching it. So vertically, because it's 23 and the whole thing is like 33. Yeah, a little bit. Apologies, leaves a little bit, not a lot of the headroom. I don't want to make them skewed, slanted and whatnot. Let's do it like vertical rectangles like this. So it's gonna be like ping, ping, ping in there. Probably closer to this side. Yeah, closer to the top. Oh, I'm afraid this here, this is not going to clear the Well, it will clear this 3mm plate that you actually can see. Well, I mean, this represents the 3mm bottom of the case. So this mounting hole. So yeah, if I just center them vertically, again, the height of that, the one that I'm designing, case is the same as the height of this one. So, and I'm basing my design on this one, just making it larger. Okay, back to the drawing board. So, and not back, not yet. So, but the holes for them got to be a little bit less than their safe margins. So the hole is sorta kinda 19 by 9.5. Not 9.5, yeah. Here, that's kinda dynamic because there's the smaller size is 19, but probably should do a little bit more than 19, and the larger size is like 21 because we have this bendy ears that would just keep the thing in place. You just put it in the hole like that and it stays there. So 19, that's the smallest one, maybe 19.5, and then this way 9.5, just to fit it very snug, make it very snug in there. So 19.5 and 19.5. So, and this has got to be vertical, so 19.5, and then this size 9.5, like this. So this is supposed to be a hole, but we'll make it a hole a little bit later. Let's make it a little bit smaller, so like this. So let's see vertically what do we have. So the safe margins vertically would be, well, the minimal margins, it's like 23. So if we make another one here like this, and make it 23, and 15, 23 and 15, that's a lot. Well, roughly 15. That's not the right one. Yeah, that's this outer size of the USB port. Now let's just center this one to this one on the other way around. No. I don't want to move you. I want to move you. Okay, now it's centered. And now we have sorta kinda the port. Oh yeah, that's the thing about it. So let's make it a bundle for now. That's what I thought. So like this. And it's even, this one's even longer. So it's already, I can see it's not clearing the boards like this. So it has to be mounted like this higher to actually sort of clear the boards even high, even maybe even more higher. Like that's not going to leave a lot of material over there. So maybe like this. Or I will have to make the case larger. Crap. Yeah. The USB, these USB thingies, these USB ports that I bought, they are very easy to install. You just need a rectangular hole of the right size for them. But they're not clearing the boards inside. They're not clearing the components on the boards inside. They're not clearing anything. It has to be longer. The case has to be larger. So in order to, for this side, in order for them to clear it, so what's the depth of it? Let me actually take a look. 20. And this is not 20, this is 15. That goes way deeper there. Let me just unbundle them. Are we there? That's 15. Let's make it 20. So yeah, that's the USB thingy we're using. The USB port we're using. Let's bundle it. Okay, this calls for the redesign because of the ports. I know that this one here, IEC receptacle, it clears everything. That's not going to be a problem. It doesn't protrude inside that much, but this one, that's like super intrusive. It needs to be like needs to be like this in order for it to clear everything. Maybe even, well, yeah, it will clear it at this. So okay, just because of the USB ports, it has to be elongated, or if we don't make them vertical, but we won't be able to fit like 3 in here. 1, 2, and the third one placed horizontally is not going to clear it as well. We can put one over there. That would be strange to have 2 outputs on one side and 1 output on another side. And that's not how it's going to be. That will make the cable management for the USB cables connected to these USB ports. That'll make cable management way more problematic. Okay, well, we ran into an issue that I actually was able to predict because I modeled extremely roughly, but I modeled the USB plug, the USB receptacle, the USB port in here. So, and I was able to see that it does not clear anything. So this has to be extended. The size of the whole thing has to be extended. That swimsuit edition. so apologies. So I'm not on the right one. So as you can see, I modeled the USB plug, the USB port. So, and in order for it to clear the boards that are like here, it's like this wall, this side of it has to be farther. So as you can see, that's a complication. Is that a word? I'm struggling with basic words again. So that complicates things. But the fact that I was able to catch it in the modeling, because all the receptacles, all the pores that I have used for this project, here, this one here, IEC C8, and this one here, just a barrel plug, they do not go inside and not protrude inside that deep. But this one, it's like 15 here, it's 20. Let me show it to you. 20 millimeter, yeah, 20 millimeter deep from like its top to its bottom. Plus we got to leave a little bit of room for the wires coming out of it, because you're not supposed to really bend them at like super sharp angles. Well, sharply 90 degrees, yeah, but they have to be round a little bit. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in order for it to 100% be in the safe zone and clear everything, we have to increase the size of this thing all the way up to, let's see, for example, this. The safest one would be like here, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So is it a millimeter or half of a millimeter? Is it inside of it? No, it's not inside of it. So 8 millimeters, right? So it was 110, right? Let's make it 119. Okay, 9. So 119. It's not going to be 100% rectangular, but at this point I'm not just going after well, it's going to be rectangular, it's not going to be square. I'm not going after the squaredness of it. So we'll have to redo the bars. The bars go, all of them, but one, yeah, those I move them, I make them here, place them here, and then just move them, copy of them here. So let's extend this one the same way. I didn't see the new size 119, so that's right. 119, that's right. Horizontally I can elongate them in any way I want. So, but I've already elongated them twice, So maybe... Well, yeah, I don't care. I don't care that when I stretch them like this, this distance here increases. I can fix this by just, for example, doing like this and then cutting the rest of it. I have a private, let's put it, contractor. Well, a guy who does that for me. Just found him on the Russian version of Facebook Marketplace / eBay / Craigslist. He just prints everything for me. So maybe we should really do that too. Okay. It would add just maybe a millimeter like this. So, and let's see. If we center it, hey, do not do that. Not centering for some reason. Whatever. Why are you not centering? 122 on this side. Yeah, it kinda. No, I absolutely zero chances for me to do this type of woodworking. Okay, 2 millimeters. Absolutely zero chances. I mean, maybe I can cut like a block of wood 11 by 11 centimeters, 11 by 11 centimeters, but it's not even going to be like 100% even. So if you do it like this, then cut the sides, just gives a little bit, just a little bit more room for the vents. Should we go for it? Okay, instead of just thinking about it, let's just go for it. It's supposed to be even. 2 millimeters here, 2 millimeters here, so this distance equals this distance, supposed to be. Yeah, no, I'm doing modeling. I would 100% do that if it was, if it had anybody interested, but I don't think that people are going to be impressed and send me any money over modeling swimsuits. Okay, let's see. Cut. More like this. Okay. So the dimensions of the vents are breaking now, but that's, I do not care about. Young person's endeavor. Yeah. So let's cut this one off. So this editor, it's super basic. It only deals in like these primitives, and but at the same time it makes it super easy to learn. So let's see this corner. We should be able to just put it in place the way it was. Ah, no, it's moving 1 millimeter. I got to be half. So we have a problem, this problem again here. Crap, this I don't like. It's not supposed to be like that, so I guess we just do not do this at all. We just keep it the way it ended up being after being stretched. So the corner stand, the corner supports gotta be like that. Yeah, and they cannot, it's better for them to not overlap with the vents. It's just not beautiful at all. It's like anti-beautiful. Okay, let's put you in here. Back to your place. Yeah. Touching the wall, contacting the wall. So we have elongated the box. Now we have to place the vertical bars for supporting these horizontal bars. So let's center it again. Not mirror, center, like this. That's why 0.5 millimeter, because it's 3 and this is even. That's not even. Okay, whatever. 119. It would have been centered if it was even. What would have been? Math. It's hard. And then let's just sort of kinda. I've calculated it once. Let's calculate it again. And move it. Move it. That's roughly 46. So 23. We got to move it 23, maybe in the 5. 24 or 25 or even 26. 26 looks more even, if you ask me. Or maybe 25. It's all about the looks. Okay, 26 then it is going to be. 26. So now this should be symmetrical here. This should be 100% symmetrical. And we can just copy it to the other side. Break on through to the other side. Of course, never gets aligned for some reason. Needs 0.5 millimeter grid. Okay, here we have these lines. They might keep telling it they might appear in the exported model, but I will deal with it. Like, I will just clean it up on a shape to shape basis, like I did it here. And here it all looks like it's just one piece. But it's not one piece, same vertical bars here. Separate shapes embedded into the larger shape of a wall with vents. Okay, so now we have some room for the USB ports. We have some room for the USB ports, and now we can move them actually. Not like this. We can move them down a tad, but not really a lot, because we have ears, like one ear here, sort of kind of bendy thingy that holds it in place, and one here. Okay, I got reset the alarm. I totally forgot about that I needed to do a thing for a person that asked me to do a thing, so the alarm actually really helped here. So I think that would be the right level. It's not centered vertically here, but we cannot have it centered vertically because here we have 3 millimeter thickness of the bottom here. Okay. Let's center it. Like this. Since we made quite some room here, now we can put them any way we want. Can have them horizontally, vertically, but I would prefer to have them vertically. I don't know why. So and not that far. I'm going to have them in a group. So from the edge, it's half a millimeter. Let's make it a millimeter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like this. Okay, maybe 8. Maybe 8 millimeters apart. Maybe 8 millimeters apart. And then the same here. Half a mil again. And then back to 1 mil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they're kind of in the center, but it's supposed to be very symmetrical. So we have this ready. So I'm going to take one of these because it's a model, a very rough model of a USB port. So I'm going to just grab and drop it on the side over there. So this we are going all unbundle them. Then we're going to remove these panels, and these are going to be the holes. And in order to actually make them holes, you do it like this. And here you have the holes. But I'm not going to cut them, so it's for now it stays. So what's left? A couple things more. Let's do the easy things, and the mounting holes in this plate, and that's the lid of it. Here it's like a bottom lid, but in fact it's top lid, but in fact it's bottom lid. So just as you can see it here, these are the mounting holes, and it mounts upside down, or at least like to some sort of a vertical surface or to some sort of horizontal surface, but upside down. So that's why the vents are angled the way they are angled. So to prevent like splashes and water mist from watering the plants to get inside. Well, sort of, kind of, a little bit preventing. It's not of course waterproof. It's just a tad splash resistant, but only a tad splash resistant. So what we need now, we need these ears, mounting holes, whatever. I prepared again this mounts separately. Here we have it. So, and I'm going just to put them on the corners like this. This is half a millimeter moved. it's smooth. That's why I've been having so much problems with like 0.5 millimeter appearing here and there. Can we just take this and yeah, and make it aligned with the grid like this? That's perfect. In order for them to be completely flush, for these models, they have to actually go a little bit inside, a microscopic amount of millimeter inside. Then they will be 100% flush. So, like this. Not flush, well, flush it's not the right word, but they're going to be the way they are needed to be. Move you here. Then like 1/4 millimeter, I think. I think I can move you a little bit closer without protruding. We don't need any additional lines to be drawn on the outside. So now we grab both of you, make like a bundle, copy, then move you to the other side. Then we can mirror you, or we can mirror it like this, or just turn around. So I decided to mirror it. So you go back to where you belong, like this, and it should be pretty much like this, or maybe even like this, a little bit inside, just a tad. It's like less than 1/10 of a millimeter inside. But then they end up being really, these transitions here are really, really smooth. Okay, so the holes that we need to cut, we will cut just before exporting it. So why did I copy this one? This one is just very rectangular. Okay, this one's rectangular, so you stay kinda away. And we have to redesign the lid. Oh boy, because the lid's now not right. Let's ununion it. So now it's elongated 119. So this is 104. This is 110. Has to be then. Oops. Snap to 1 mil. 119. And this then has to be increased from 9 millimeters added 113. Like this. That's the new lid. Let's unionize you. So because this is technically just one shape. And this is a bunch of shapes that need a little bit, that still need a little bit of adjustment. I think it's gonna be okay. So I'm going just to print the full box, the full the whole of it, not just some parts. But it's still possible that these are not aligned properly, the mounting holes for the small boards and whatnot. It's possible, but I think it's gonna be okay. And then to clean up the model, then we'll have to work on this one. So if I export it, so let's do it. So let's first of all copy it before exporting. Then let's cut the holes. Yep. And here let's cut the holes. Yep. Then we got to make a union. This editor doesn't really... Is it a union? Are you really union? You're supposed to become the same color. Okay, I can make it the same color, for example. So now it's union. I cannot see any lines here, which is interesting, but I can see some lines, additional lines inside, like these horizontal ones here. So, but they are not outside, and that's good. Okay, let's see if we can export it. Exporting takes time, and this editor doesn't really like to export a bunch of shapes, not in a union. So let's see. STL. I know it actually pretty much immediately did it this time. Depends, I guess, on the load the service produces on its servers. The service on its servers. Okay, so let's see what we get importing it. Because sometimes it just cannot really export it properly. Okay. So what do we have here? Clean here, clean on the outside, clean here, clean here, clean, the corners are clean. There was a button for centering. What's the button for centering? Fit selection into the view, F. That would be center. So sometimes on the export it kind of starts to lose the roundness of the shapes, but everything seems to be okay here. So it can be exported, and I don't know if I'm going even to clean up these lines. So they're supposed to be just like on this side, no additional lines, but that's only visible in the model. No printer in the world, well, maybe there are printers in the world that would be able to print these and make the lines visible on the print too, but I think those printers would be like extremely expensive. Printing with such precision, that's like just small parts of a millimeter. Okay, so what we have left, we have to do the holes for the screws in this plate, in this cover for this one. Okay, let's remove this. But I'll do it a little later myself, because it's sort of kinda boring and a little bit annoying. You have to make a hole. Well, aligning them is not going to be a problem, but like making them countersunk, that's like always a pain for me, like this. But at least I learn how to do it, and I can. In this program, well, it's not program, it's server. It's a service, online service. So with this service, it's a little bit painful, but yeah. So I can do it. I guess that's going to be it for tonight. Very non-standard stream, my first 3D modeling stream, but I've been doing quite some 3D modeling in the background. Model this thing, model some other interesting stuff that you actually going to see being used in my streams. I mean, my PC building streams. So you will see it. Just a sec. So one piece of pretty complicated design actually. This is like very simple compared to that one. Not very simple, just simple. That one I had to do like iterations on it. The only way I could figure it out only by just iterating it. So designing, printing, fitting, design, redesigning, printing, fitting, redesigning, printing, fitting. So this one, I don't think it's going to have, well, maybe one additional iteration to just adjust the things a little bit, but this print is going to be useful too, I think, unless I made some pretty hardcore mistake somewhere. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. That's it for tonight. So quite some viewers tonight watching me. Thank you very much for this. I didn't expect this to be that popular. And let me do my standard speech here. So first of all, people of YouTube, thank you very much for watching me on YouTube. Well, you can see that when we do stuff like this here too, a little bit of DIY slash tinkering, let's call it that way. So not just gaming. So thank you very much for watching this on YouTube. If you like this video, please leave a like, though it's not a big deal. I mean, in terms of what we've been doing, not a big deal, but leave a like if you like this video. Subscribe for more. Mostly we do gaming on this channel, and I stream every day, so activate notifications, because I stream every day, but the time is kinda really flexible, let's put it that way. Usually nighttime in Europe. Twitch people, thank you very much for watching on Twitch. JJ Barokas, gonna get ya, and all the lurkers, thank you for watching and lurking. Don't leave the channel. We gotta rate somebody. We always rate somebody, so let's see if we can rate quite some people on my following page are streaming tonight. Just bear with me. Yeah, now I have a choice of streamers to read. Well, I mean, we've been actually doing sort of kind of designing. We've been designing things. Let's go to another person that's doing designing things, but they are designing something else. They are designing a game. I rated him quite some time. I rated him already quite some times. So let's go and say hi to Nate. I will see you all tomorrow. That's it for tonight. Goodbye and good night. Nate is a developer of things and one of the pillars of the DayZ community. He runs a pretty amazing amount of servers, and currently he's working on something, I think, DayZ related. The Outpost, maybe his own map. See you all tomorrow. Goodbye and good night.